Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am your English teacher, Miss Farah Shaheen. Welcome, Metropolitan Foundation e-learning. Let's start unit number 6. Month of September, assignment number 2, unit number 6, the selfish giant. Make a title page, unit number 6, the selfish giant I made for you. Introduction of writer. Oscar Wilde, 1854-19, was born in Dublin, Ireland. He graduated from Dublin University and went on to study at Oxford University before moving to London, where he lived for a number of years. He produced a large number of poems, stories and plays. His plays are still performed today. This is very beautiful story. Oscar Wilde written this story very beautifully. The summary of the story. The story is about the selfish giant, a meaning of very big, huge, enormous human. Let's start summary. There was a lovely garden in a city. Kids used to play there after school time. There were numerous grass, flowers and peach trees there. They used to cheer the kids and birds used to sing mesmerizing songs. In the spring, plant brought flowers, while in the winter they were giving sweet fruits. The kids always happy like never before, but this happiness didn't survive long. The garden belonged to selfish giant. The selfish giant was at his friend's home for 7 years, but now he had returned. He scolded the children in very bad manner. The children were playing in the garden, and so he raised a wall around the yard. Now the trees, grasses and the birds were sad, as there was no one to hang around their twigs, listen to the bird song. Trees stopped blooming and the fruiting, while the bird stopped singing. Now the spring came in the whole country, but they didn't enter in the garden. The story is written as per European countries like the United Kingdom. There the winter is of long duration and there is only spring season in the place of summer. As a result, there was still winter. Once a flower raised his head, he saw noticed the board and the giant and retracted back. Now the giant was restless. He didn't understand the cause of such a long winter. The snow had covered the grass with the white sheet and the frost and painted all the trees with the silver color. The frost and snow invited north wind. Chilly winds from the north roar thundered the garden. North winds brought the hail to the garden. Hail broke all the chimney and the roof slates. One day the children made a hole in the wall and entered in the garden. Now the spring came. Birds started singing. The giant woke up. He had not heard the songs for a long time. But chirping felt like a king's musician to him. The giant woke up and looked out. He saw the children playing in the garden and trees welcoming the kids by lowering their wings. The giant understood why the spring came so late. He saw kids in the garden along, trying to climb the tree. Frost and the snow were still there on the trees. The trees had already lowered his branches, but the kid was still too small to climb. The giant approached secretly from the behind and helped the kid to climb. The kid was happy and they kissed the giant's neck. Other children were frightened by the giant and were running. But when they saw the giant helping the boy, they also became happy, and giant asked the kid to stay and broke the wall. Now onwards the children played in the garden and thanked the giant. The giant asked about the small kid. Other kids were also not knowing about the little kid. They told that they also saw that the kid for the first time. Days passed, the giant was still missing him because he was the boy who kissed him on his cheeks. Year passed and the giant grew old, but they never forget the kid. He didn't fear from the winter as he knew the winter in just passing by. One day he saw the same small kid playing on the same tree. The giant became happy and ran towards him and shouting, "Where were you?" Once he reached near the kid, he saw the big nails scratched on his hand and the feet. The giant was in the rage, asking how this happened. The child replies, "These are wounds of love." The boy was an angel. He had come to take the giant to the paradise. The child replied, "Once you let me to garden, now I have come to take you to the paradise." Okay, here the summary finished. Now let's start explanation.
Let's start explanation. Unit number 6, Selfish Giant. Every afternoon, as they were coming from school, the children used to go and play in the giant's garden. Here is the garden. Its owner was a giant. It was a large, lovely garden with a soft green grass here and there. Over the grass, beautiful flowers look like stars, and there were 12 peach trees that in the spring broke out into the delicate blossoms of the pink and pearl. White color flower look like a pearl, and in the autumn the bore rich fruit. The birds sat on the trees and sang so sweetly that the children used to stop their games in order to listen to them. The birds sang so sweetly, the children used to stop. They stopped their games to listen the birds' sweet song. "How happy we are here," they cried to each other. One day the giant came back. He had been to visit his friend, the Cornish ogre, and had stayed with him for 7 years. After the 7 years were over, he had said all that he had to stay for his conversation was limited, and he determined to return to his own castle. When he arrived, he saw the children playing in the garden. "What are you doing here?" he cried in very rude voice, and the children ran away. My own garden is my own garden, said the Janet. Anyone can understand that, and I will allow nobody to play in it but myself. I will play only here. So he built a high wall all around the garden and put up a notice board. On the notice board there is written, Trespassers will be prosecuted. Trespass means unauthorized people not allowed here. He was very selfish, Janet. The poor children had nowhere to play. They tried to play on the road, but the road was very dusty and full of hard stones, and they did not like it. They used to wander round the high wall when the lessons were over and talk about the beautiful garden inside. They memorized all the precious moments they spent in that garden. How happy we were there, they said to each other. We were laughing over there, we were playing there. Now the spring came again, and all over the country there were a little blossom and the little birds come there. Only in the garden of the selfish Janet it was still winter. The bird did not care to sing it, and there were no children, and the trees forget to blossom. Once a beautiful flower put its head out from the grass, but when it saw the notice board, it was so sorry for the children that it split back into the ground again and went off to sleep. The only people who were pleased were the snow and the forest. Spring has forgotten this garden, they cried, so we will live here all the year round. The snow covered up the grass with her great white cloak, and the frost painted all the trees silver. Then they invited the north wind to stay with them, and he came. He was wrapped in furs, and he rode all the day about the garden and blew the chimney pots down. This is a delightful spot, he said. We must ask the hell on a visit. So the hell come every day for the 3 hours. He rattled on the roof of the castle till he broke most of the slats, and then he ran round and round the garden as fast as he could go. He was dressed in grey, and his breath was like ice. I cannot understand why the spring is so late in coming, said the selfish Janet. As he sat at the window and looked out at the cold white garden. I hope there will be the chance in the weather. But the spring never came, or nor the summer. The autumn gave the golden fruit to every garden, but the Janet's garden she gave none. He is too selfish, she said, so it was always winter there, and the north wind and the hail and the frost and the snow danced about through the trees. One morning the Janet was laying awake in bed when he heard some lovely music. He sounded so sweet. to his ears that he thought it must be the king's musicians passing by. It was really only a little liner singing outside his window, but it was so long since he had heard a bird sing in his garden that it seemed to him to be the most beautiful music in the world. Then the hell stopped dancing over his head, and the north wind ceased roaring, and the delicious perfume came him through the open casement. I believe the spring has come at last, said the Janet, and he jumped out of the bed and looked out. What did he see? He saw a most wonderful sight through the little hole in the wall. The children had crept in, and they were sitting in the branches of the trees. In every tree that he could see was a little child, and the trees were so glad to have the children back again, and they had covered themselves with the blossoms and were waving their arms gently above the children's head. The birds were flying about and twittering with delight, and the flowers were looking up through the green grass and laughing. It was a lovely scene. Only in one corner was it still winter. It was the farther corner of the garden, and it was the standing a little boy. He was so small that he could not reach up the branches of the tree, and he was wandering all around it, crying bitterly. The poor trees was still quite covered with the frost and snow. The north wind was blooming and the roaring above it. Climb up, little boy, said the tree, and it bent its branches down and low as I could, but the boy was too tiny, and the giant heart melted as he looked out. How selfish I have been, he said. Now I know why the spring would not come here. I will put the poor little boy on the top of the tree, and then I will know down the wall, and my garden shall be the children's playground forever and ever. He was really very sorry for about he had done. So he crept downstairs. He opened the front door quite softly and went out into the garden. But when the children saw him, they were so frightened, and they all ran away, and the garden became winter again. Only the little boy didn't run, for his eyes were so full of tears that he didn't see the Janet coming, and the Janet stole up behind him and took him gently in his hand and put him up into the tree, and the tree at once into the blossoms, and the bird came and sung on it, and the little boy stretched out his two arms and flung around the Janet's neck and kissed him. And the other children were, when they saw the Janet was not wicked any longer, came running back, and with them came the spring. It is your garden now, the little children, said the Janet, and he took a great axe and knocked down the wall. And when the people were going to market at 12 o'clock, they found the Janet playing with the children in the most beautiful garden they had ever seen. All the day long they played, and in the evening they came to Janet to bid him goodbye. But where is your little companion? He said. The boy I put into the tree. The Janet loved him the best because he had kissed him. We don't know, answered the children. He has gone away. You must tell him to be sure and come here tomorrow, said the Janet. But the children said that they didn't know where he lived and had never seen him before, and Janet felt very sad. Every afternoon when school was over, the children came and played with the Janet, but the little boy whom the Janet loved was never seen again. The Janet was very kind to all the children, yet he longed for his first little friend and often spoke of him. How I would like to see him, he used to say. The years went by and the Janet grew very old and feeble, and he couldn't play anymore, so he sat in a huge armchair and watched the children and at their games and admire his garden. I have many beautiful flowers, he said, but the children are the most beautiful flowers of all. One winter morning he looked out his window as he was dressing. He didn't hate winter now, for he knew that it was the merely spring slip and that flowers were resting. Suddenly he rubbed his eyes in wonder and looked. Certainly was the marvelous sight. In the furthest corner of the garden was the tree, quite covered with the lovely white blossoms. Its branches were all the golden and silver fruit hung down from them, and underneath it stood the little boy he had loved. Downstairs ran and Janet is the great joy, and out into the garden he hastened across the grass and came near to the child. How art thou, said the Janet, and the strange away fall on him and knelt before the little child. And the child smiled on the Janet and said to him, you let me play once in your garden today, you shall play in paradise. And when the children ran into the afternoon, they found the Janet laying dead under the tree, all covered with the white blossoms.
Okay students, here the explanations, and okay, you read the story 2 and 3 times, understand the words and their meanings, and underline difficult words. I will explain all the question answers in my second video. Till then, Allah Hafiz student. I miss you, I see you, I love you. We will meet inshallah in school. Okay, Allah Hafiz.